Thank you for tuning in to Entertain the Geeky, your source for nerd news.
Guys, what's going on? Chris.
And Roger.
Here to bring you some banter.
What? We're bantering?
It's just banter.
Fuck.
So, we're dividing up the episodes a little different now. Instead of doing one super long episode for you, we're trying to bring you guys a few shorter episodes every week. That way you can listen to them a little more conveniently.
And, increase our numbers.
Let's
be honest.
You guys didn't need to know that.
You want banter? We will never hide anything from our listeners. We'll be upfront and honest with you.
No, that's fair. We need download love here, and we need as much of it as possible. We need your shares, your likes. We need you to watch our videos on YouTube now.
When they get out there.
Oh, they're going out. It's auto. As soon as they're posted, they're up.
Good.
It'll have an Entertain the Geeky logo on the screen. So
which looks really good.
It won't be fun to look at. It looks great. But
yeah, the thing is we're just trying to figure out a way to get our numbers up in hopes of growing the show both financially with sponsors and whatnot and making it easier for you guys to listen to, because listening to an hour-long episode where most of you guys hit pause and walk away, it's still a little inconvenient. So we're going to still do 60 minutes of content a week like we've been doing, but it'll be divided up into our 3 segments.
Exactly.
Which is normally what we do anyway. We always start with talking about one thing and then bantering for half the show and then finishing up on what we want. So what we're trying to do is just get you the content there and there.
Exactly. So you're going to get news, you're going to get bullshit.
And then you're going to get other stuff.
Yeah.
And this is the bullshit segment.
Bullshit segment.
So I backed my first Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I did. I've somehow dodged the bullet on Kickstarter for the past 20 years.
I don't know how.
I don't either. There's been so much stuff that I like.
Well, have you been, when you were backing, because you backed what?
I backed the Deadlands 20th anniversary print.
Okay.
So I did the $55 level, which, okay, I didn't know this. So when you back something, you don't pay for it until months down the road.
Correct.
So that's the reason I backed it. I was like, well, I ain't got to pay for this until March. So fuck it. Why not back it? So I did the $55 level, which gets me the actual hardcover reprint, remastered edition of the Deadlands role-playing game.
Yep. Which,
for those of you that don't know, Deadlands, the role-playing game by far, is the greatest role-playing game ever made. Yeah. No. You can look at me with that little hatred look in your face all you want.
There's no hatred look. I'm looking at you with actual surprise, actually.
Why?
Because I know you love D&D 5th Edition a lot.
I love D&D 5th, but Deadlands is where it's at. I mean, D&D 5th Edition is the best D&D that we've ever had.
Okay.
But not the best role-playing game.
Okay.
It's Deadlands, hand down.
Okay.
The system was perfect. I mean, it was a very complex system. The learning curve was kind of steep on it.
Okay.
Where you used every die. Have you played Savage World?
No.
Okay, well, Savage World is kind of the dumbed-down version of the Deadlands system.
Okay.
The way you cast spells, there was a class called Huckster in Deadlands, and the way you cast spells was you play poker hands, and the poker hand, like a pair, or jacks, or flush, or straight, whatever, told how good your spell went off.
Really?
Yeah, and how well you rolled depending on how many cards you drew. All of that mattered. So it was very integral to the game because the game was a Western. So you're playing in the West.
You're basically playing poker or whatever. Okay.
You were playing poker to cast spells. You had fate chips to let you do rerolls and negate damage. It was very setting specific for this game. And it encouraged so much role-playing. And it was just a phenomenal game. And the way you leveled up, you chose how you leveled up in this game.
Nice.
Instead of getting experience points, you would get bounty in the form of fate chips. And you could cash those fate chips in for 1, 2, or 3 points. Or you can hold them off for the next session and use them to reroll or negate damage, what have you.
Gotcha.
So you got to choose at what level your characters kind of leveled up. And then you dump points into stats to roll better, whatever. That's all bullshit. Who cares about that? It was just so cool.
That's super interesting.
And now that the 20th anniversary is coming out, or the 25th, I can't remember which, they went in, redid the book. They're like, here's the book. And they went and redid all the artwork. They did the glossy color pages.
That's awesome.
Everything. New cover art. Hopefully a new forward to one of the greatest role-playing games ever made.
That's beautiful.
I was so happy.
Now, have you poked around on Kickstarter?
No.
I'm
afraid.
Don't. Seriously, don't.
I'm afraid because
you're going to find so much shit that you're like, I didn't know I needed this.
And that's my fear. That is my fear that I will get sunk to that hole of the buy now, pay later mentality.
Okay, see, this is what I did on Kickstarter. I was so infatuated with a project going on in Kickstarter, that being the newest Red Dragon Inn, Red Dragon Inn 5.
Yeah.
Okay, I made the fantasy shop back that.
Yeah.
That's how, I was like Mike Brodeur. I name dropped. I went to the person that had the money, and I was like, listen, I have enough pull in this company because you love me.
It's only because of love.
That's all it was.
Fucking love.
And I was like, so you will back this? And he was like, I will back this.
Did you do the Jedi mind trick? Did you wave your cock around?
I didn't even pull my dick out.
Okay.
I just said, you will back this. And I looked at him with doe eyes. I did the Puss in Boots look.
Oh.
Okay.
That's how you got me to do the
I was
podcast.
like, you will like this? And he was like, yes, I will back that, Chris.
You know, I really I wanted to do the retailer backing, but I'd have to prove that somehow I was connected to a retailer. For $120, I get 2 hard copies and the PDF.
You should have.
I should have.
Why didn't you do it with North Central?
I didn't feel like messing with it. It was an impulse backing, entirely.
I would have gone in half
like,
on that one.
Literally, I sat there at work and I was like, oh yeah, that's out today. That's out.
Nice.
I want that. And that's how I got.
I'm probably gonna have to go back that now.
The Deadlands one?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
It hit. It's at 486%. They've reached the second tier of stretch goals, which I didn't even know was a thing.
Oh yeah.
But I'm getting so much free shit now because everyone else is backing this.
I think I'm gonna have to get on there and back that one now.
You can do $20 and just get the new PDF.
No, I want that. I want the hard copy. Come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
And $55 for a role playing game.
I'm a collector too. If you don't have the physical copy,
What's
the
the
PDF
point?
is great, but it doesn't matter.
No.
It's pretend.
Exactly. Now, this isn't the first collectible Deadlands book. They've got this really nice leather-bound one.
Oh my god.
With the logo on it. But I cannot justify spending $250 on a book. And that's what it's going for now.
It's only $250 and you
Now.
haven't bought it?
Yeah, only like a quarter of a paycheck, and I haven't bought it. Yeah, people do math real quick there.
That's $800.
No.
That's a quarter. Yeah.
No.
If $200
$250.
Oh, $250. I'm sorry.
$250.
I thought you said I'm thinking 200, man. I'm losing.
No, $200. I probably would have bought it at $200. It's that extra $50.
That $50 is going to keep you from having that beautiful leather bound thing.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. So the used gaming auction happened this weekend.
Yeah, at the fantasy shop.
At the fantasy shop. So you guys, out of state listeners, and we're going to do a better job. Next time they do this, we've got to get on it.
Yeah.
The fantasy shop, our local game store, does a used gaming auction where the customers turn in games that they're no longer playing. They're broken down into miniatures, role-playing, and games, and they auction them off at separate times. And what's cool is the customer gets 100% of the sale in store credit.
Yep.
So if I buy something for $20 from Chris, that Chris put in the auction, he gets $20 in store credit. The store makes it $20. Everyone's happy. But the interesting thing is now they're doing silent bids online.
Uh-huh.
So out-of-state customers can probably get in on this.
You guys can get some wicked shit. Too.
Like there were games that were going like we're talking D&D games, like D&D 5th edition. I saw a 5th edition set with the starter box and the 3 cool rule books go for $50 for all 3 books.
That's ridiculous.
That's the cost of one book.
Yeah.
One book, you get 3. Now, I got in some bidding wars, and I didn't win anything expensive. I didn't really win anything. But there was this guy there that literally came to the auction just to secondary sell stuff on eBay. So every time I saw his hand up, I was like, I'm pushing him to the limit. I'm pushing him to the limit.
That's hilarious.
My hand was up. I'm pushing him. And the second I saw his hand drop, I would drop mine too, and I'd give it to him at whatever the max price was that he was willing to buy it at. Because if you're going to come to this wonderful thing that's meant to help the community and try to make money off of it.
About it.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're being a dick, because honestly, what he's doing is fine. But I'm going to make sure he pays the most, so that guy that put his stuff in the auction gets the most bang for his buck.
Oh, absolutely.
And to be honest with you, I bid it against him on my own shit.
Oh, you were really...
My stuff came up. I had L5R stuff in there, and he had his hand up, and I was like, "All right, I'm with you because this is mine. I want the most credit I can get."
That's hilarious.
And at $49, he started to falter, and then it hit 50. So we both went down on us, and he's like, "I said give it to him for 50." So now I got $50. I got $50
In store credit.
Whatever, I'll take it.
No, the store credit's gold.
Plus whatever I sold today. I didn't go to the board games, but that's where you make your money, guys.
The board games.
Because you can get like $100 board games for $20.
Yeah.
It's insane what these games are going for.
It is, and it's good stuff. Like, they had Super Munchkin there, the last one, not this one.
They had 3 copies of Zombicide going today.
Oh my god.
They had so much...
Zombicide's like a $50 game,
no,
too.
keep going.
60?
Keep going.
80?
Keep going.
100?
$100 for the base set.
Oh my god.
That's insane. But you get all those little figures and everything.
No, there's a lot in the box.
Yeah, it's a heavy box. You get a lot of toys, but it's still $100, which it's kind of where the industry's going. We are seeing that $100 games, $75 games are kind of becoming the norm now.
Now, what are we going to do about that?
You know, I have an idea. Back in the 90s...
We had a dream, would you say?
I don't know if I'd go to call it a dream, because dreams generally don't become realities. Yeah, come on. That's an awesome slogan.
Keep going.
So back in the 90s, there was a couple game companies, and one of them's still around, called Placebo Press and Cheap Ass Games. And their goal was to make good games cheap. So
affordable, not cheap. No. Cheap does not mean bad. Okay, we're not using the word cheap as in shitty. We're using cheap as in affordable.
Yeah, extremely affordable. Like, it was the 90s, so their games cost $5 to $10 a pop.
Uh-huh.
And these were, like, one of the games was Ebola Monkey Hunt, one of my all-time favorite board games. But what you got was a paper map, some freaking index card stock, and you had a game that you could play with your friends.
Yep. And
you could do multiple games. It wasn't like a one-and-done game, and you played this. So this is something that I've been mulling about for a while, before we even started the podcast. And I think we have a responsibility to make this happen, since our goal is to spread the love of the game.
Well, and you and I had another game that we were developing that we can pick up on soon.
Yeah, but that's not going to that's going to be different.
It's going to be different. No, it's being a gamer is hard and it's expensive, and let's face it, most of us aren't millionaires.
Well, no, and the thing is this: when you look at the growth of the hobby, now we're seeing parents. It's always been dependent on parents getting their kids involved.
Yeah.
And it's hard for kids to walk into a store and justify spending what is a week's worth of work on a board game that they don't know if it's any good. But I will spend $15 on a game if I think it could be okay.
How many copies of Monopoly are in most people's houses?
Everyone's got one.
Everyone's got at least one.
Exactly.
You've probably got 3 copies of Monopoly.
I'm trying to think now. I got the MAME one. I've got a Star Wars one. I even have a James Bond Monopoly.
In my house, we have Transformers. We have regular Monopoly. We have St. Louis Monopoly.
How many versions of Risk do people have in their house?
Risk is a little more pricey, but yeah, $30.
Yeah, $30 for Risk.
I have Marvel Risk that's normally $50. I got it for $20.
I want to get Star Trek Risk.
Risk Legacy, which is expensive,
but good,
very
worth
good.
it,
very good.
Oh my god! Speaking of Legacy, we'll get back to what we're talking about with cheap ass games in a second. We're side railing because that's what we do. Cthulhu Pandemic is out. So instead of stopping the spread of a virus like you do in Pandemic, you stop Cthulhu's influence over the world.
That's awesome.
Right? I walked in and I saw this yesterday and I went,
that's brilliant.
Cthulhu Pandemic. $50. Not a bad price.
No, you know what's crazy though? One of my favorite games is $35.
Which game was Red Dragon Inn?
One of my favorite games is $15.
Star Realms.
Absolutely.
I think, so what it comes down to is when you're spending $100 on a game, like Zombicide, Shogun, even Settlers of Catan, was that $50?
$50 or $40 minimum.
Yeah, they're still getting pricey. You got apples to apples. That's another one that's still pricey. $40 for apples to apples.
Even Cards Against Humanity,
Cards Against
Humanity. No. Like, that's a game that initially was a few bucks, and now that retailers are getting it.
It's huge.
It's expensive. And it's expensive now.
Yeah. So it's hard to justify dropping X amount of dollars on a game when you don't know if they're good, which is why stores demo and you've got Board Game Geek doing things and Will Wheaton's show.
Yeah.
But it's hard to justify dropping that money on a game you might only play once or twice. So what we're talking, here's our plan. Much like back in the 90s, Entertain the Geeky will be rolling out in the next 6 to 8 months. Give us some time to get the printing cost and everything figured out. We're going to be rolling out a line of board games, card games, maybe even a role-playing game or two.
Yep. With
the price point being $20 or under.
We are going to be teaming up with the Craigs
Yes.
with Matt and Jeff that were on our show. That's what these guys do, is board game design.
So so that is our plan. Look for that. Entertain the Geeky's going to be doing some board games. And it's going to be, you're not getting, you're not going to get high production quality. You're not getting, here's a beautiful board. You will be getting, here's paper, rules, and what you need to play the game. And the thing is, you're going to have a full game, a good full game. A game that if we actually decided to do production value on, we would retail for $50. But because that, honestly, is not affordable, we want you to spend $15 to $20, have a game you will play for a year or two to come, and enjoy that, and spread it out. A game that you don't mind loaning to your friends because, hey, it was $15.
If I don't get it back.
If I don't get it back, not a big deal.
I can get another one.
Exactly. I know we're talking about possibly doing PDF releases of this as well on our website. So it is coming. It is something that Chris and I talked about tonight. I just kind of walked over to his house today, threw my dick on the table, and said, "This is what I want to do." He looked at it, spit on it, put it back in, and said, "Let's do it."
Yeah, basically, that was it.
That's how it happened. My cock did come out.
Everything that we do is done with dicks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's our business. That's our business model.
Like literally, we're podcasting, giving each other the Dutch rudder right now.
Oh God.
So board games, because that seems to be what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
Any board games you're looking forward to?
Honestly, I have not.
If you say Red Dragon, I will cock slap you right now.
No, I wasn't going to say Red Dragon Inn.
Okay.
I have one called. It's a Druid game.
Okay.
I haven't played it yet. I picked it up almost 2 years ago. It's been sitting in my basement with all my games, waiting to be played. I think it's a Fantasy Flight game.
Oh yeah.
It like the box looks sick. And when I read Druid on it, and the artwork reminded me of Magic the Gathering, which is why I picked up the game. I was like, oh yeah, but basically, each character plays a Druid in it, and you're fighting for resources against other Druids that are in the game. So it's a resource management game with a head-to-head aspect.
Okay.
And I think it's up to 4 or 5 players can play it. Really, really stoked to get down and dirty with that one.
That seems okay. Okay, I want to play that. For me, Dead of Winter just released their first expansion.
Yeah. Dead of Winter's really good too.
It is really good, but now it's hard to find.
It's been hard to find.
And it's another pricey one, but I will pay for that one. And the expansion, what I like about the expansion is it's standalone. You don't need to have Dead of Winter
and you
to
can
play
be Felicia Day in it.
Can you?
She's got a card.
Well, I've got the free board game day promo of her.
Yeah.
I don't know if they released that in the game yet.
Oh no, it's just her still.
That game looks really cool. Call of Cthulhu just came out with a new role playing game. The new edition of Call of Cthulhu.
Revamp, okay.
The books look beautiful. They look really good.
Good.
As far as other new games, we got Kaladesh coming out soon. Magic, which is interesting. Real quickly, have you? I know you don't Magic, but you've been around the store long enough to realize that Magic for the past 5 or 6 years has been very dark.
Yeah.
Like with Innistrad, it's been a very dark, very bleak set. Kaladesh's colors are bright, vibrant, lively. It looks amazing. It looks happy.
It hasn't been super dark because you had Theros.
Theros was still dark.
That wasn't very dark.
Really? Look at some of the cards. I'm not talking about the set being dark. I'm talking about the artwork that they put on the cards.
You had a bunch of people paying homage to gods. Like it was a bunch of bright artwork.
Look at Perforos. That was dark.
Perforos only.
Oh no. I'm gonna pull up card image search and I'll show you after the show.
I mean, we could pull it up because there are going to be just as many cards to prove my point.
No,
it wasn't super.
If you were white, that's where you were happy. But green was dark, red was dark, black was dark, blue was mixed. The rest were just dark in Theros.
Okay, fair, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Fair enough. Yeah,
whatever.
Suck the magic kick. But this one looks bright. It looks happy.
It looks pretty.
It reminds me of
Lorwyn.
Kinda. Or Mirrodin, when Mirrodin first came out.
I was going to say Mirrodin got dark as shit.
It got dark, but when it first came out, it was light and happy. It looks cool. The artwork looks cool. I like the direction they took with
I think that's normally I think they generally will start a block out pretty bright and happy.
Except for
Innistrad, because it's Innistrad. But they generally start a block out pretty happy and lighthearted, and then it turns into dark. Because even with Lorwyn, you had that transitioned into Eventide, which was dark, gritty, Everything was multicolor. You
Whatever.
had the shards of Alara block.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I don't care. I'm done.
Roger's like,
I
damn
lost
them and
interest
their
in all
cycles.
this. I lost interest in all this when I realized they're going to 2-block cycles. I don't care anymore.
You do care because it's good. You said it was good yourself.
Yeah, this set looks good. I don't know.
No. You said the way the game plays right now is good.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with this reset.
Oh, good God.
Now we're losing a lot. Like, White Weenie goes away.
So what?
It's sad.
They'll probably bring it back.
Whatever. I don't care.
They'll probably make Control viable again.
No, honestly, looking at it, I see that's where they're going, and
you know why?
because
There were a bunch of ragers that were like,
so much
Control!
Empty aggro. I don't want to play aggro anymore. That's my. I hate Magic. Honestly,
You love Magic.
I do.
You're so in love with it.
I do.
So, yeah, we are going to put on a small run of board games. We are going to try to add, after we do our initial launch, which will be 2 or 3 different games,
Yep.
we're going to try to update every 3 to 6 months.
Throw out a new game every 3 months.
3 to 6 months. Throw
Let's
out
not lie
another
to
game.
them. Let's not lie to the listeners. We're going to say we're going to do this, so we're never going to do this.
That's not true.
No, we're going to do
We
this.
did Geeks Get Fit.
We did Geeks Get Fit!
And people aren't being as stoked about it as I thought. Guys, this is still going on. You're halfway through.
Yeah, so send us your halfway through pictures. I think that's what we need is the halfway mark picture time.
We do. Halfway mark pictures.
Halfway mark picture time.
Show us where your geek bot is at.
Yes. Leave your shirts on.
Leave your clothes on.
Leave your shirts on.
And then
You don't
let's
have
see
to
where
wear
you
shoes.
end up. No shoes.
You don't have to wear shoes.
Fuck it.
Yeah, you don't have to wear shoes. Pants, yes.
Pants and shirts.
Shirts, yes. Maybe a nice tie.
I don't care if you're wearing shorts.
Come
They
on.
could be Hawaiian shorts.
Ooh. Yeah, get the little Honolulu hat on.
You know.
I do like the one guy, Ronnie. Ronnie, this is a shout out to you. When you posted here's a great idea, guys. Put the fun picture of what you're striving to be.
Yeah.
And you put
said
Scholar
Kingpin.
Spider, and he throws Kingpin at the
That was
bottom.
awesome.
I laughed so hard at that one.
He was like, I'm halfway there, guys.
Shout out to Ronnie on that one. That was cool. So yeah.
What a dick.
What a dick.
No, that was
That was
awesome.
funny. Like, they're having fun with it, and that's what matters.
It is. That's what's important. I want to see what you guys are able to make happen.
Well, I just figured, you're going to just end up sucking the fat out of me at this point.
I am?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
got a
because
vacuum
you want to
cleaner.
bulk up. Like you want to bulk up. You want to put some weight on and get bulk. I want to lose the weight. So I think you just need to take my fat for you.
That's not what I'm looking to achieve.
Oh. Well, shit. Never mind.
What's your goal? I want to put on more fat.
I want to eat more steak and chocolate cake.
My birthday was this past week.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thanks.
I actually told you happy birthday. I didn't forget.
No, I know, but I was that cake thing.
Yeah.
So this is in the middle of Geeks Get Fit,
Yeah?
and I'm like, all right, cheat day.
How much cake did you eat?
I actually not as much as you would think. I had 2 pieces.
Okay.
2 pieces. Normally on my birthday, it would be a cake.
A full cake. Yeah.
Maybe a half cake.
Hold on. What type of cake? Let's get
Yellow cake with chocolate icing.
Oh, that's the best cake in the world.
It is. It's
That
my
is
favorite.
That's my favorite cake too.
We've talked about this before.
Oh, not on the
Boom.
cast we haven't.
No, we haven't. So yellow cake with chocolate icing,
That's-
guys.
oh my
that's where
God.
it is. So these weren't normal sized pieces.
Did you see that Facebook post of oh my God of I wanted to pick a fight with my wife today, and it's a picture of a cake, right? And he cuts a piece out of the middle of the cake in a diamond shape, and he just picked it out. He's like, "Yep, decided I wanted to fight with the wife today."
I think that's the perfect piece.
I think it would do. Whoa, there's a letter. There's a picture coming underneath the door here. It's
Yes,
a
sir.
ransom note.
Thank you, son.
His son dropped off a picture. Wow, this episode went really weird fast.
It did.
I love cake though. I want
It's
cake.
so
I want
good.
some cake. Oh my God, fat man moment of the day. Okay, actually, white girl moment of the
I
day.
thought that was a diabetes thing happening right there.
White girl moment of the day. Pumpkin spice everything is out.
Ugh.
Hear me out on this. So Hostess got involved.
Of course they did. Pumpkin spice Twinkies.
Yes, they did. So I bought a box because my wife is white, and as all white girls do, they love pumpkin spice everything. I had one of these Twinkies. It was delicious. I had another one of these Twinkies. It stayed delicious.
I ate the rest of the box.
I did not eat the rest of the box. I took some home to my wife, and she said these were delicious. The pumpkin spice. I was going to bring them over for us for our.
But we ate them all.
Okay, we did do that. But I was going to bring some over for us to taste test.
Yeah.
But we're in the middle of Geeks Get Fit, so I can't do that. But white girls out there who love the pumpkin spice, the Twinkies are where it's at.
The Twinkies.
Oh my god, they're so good. It's like pumpkin pie wrapped around a Twinkie.
Wow.
Yeah, it's that good.
I love pumpkin pie.
Okay.
You can't not like pumpkin pie.
No, you can't. Like I want to put some whipped cream on this fucking Twinkie.
I've heard of people that don't like pumpkin pie.
They're called communists.
No, I look at them when they tell me this, and I'm like, you're mistaken. And they're like, no, I don't like it. I'm like, no, you're mistaken.
Right.
They don't understand.
Well, you know what annoys me? People that are like, yeah, I don't like pumpkin pie, but I'll eat sweet potato pie. It tastes the same. It tastes the same. You had sweet potato pie?
No, I've not.
Tastes just like pumpkin pie.
You know what, though? If you don't like pumpkin pie, you're mistaken.
Yes, you are. It's not my favorite pie, but it's up there.
I love pumpkin pie.
It's up there. It's like top 3.
You're mistaken. That's all I have to say.
It's your favorite pie?
No.
No, I love pumpkin pie.
I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there to the people that don't like it. I want you to think of this the next time you're in a position to where somebody's like, would you like some pumpkin pie? And you're like, no, I dislike that. I want you to think to yourself, no, I'm mistaken. And then you accept that piece of pumpkin pie, you eat it, and you enjoy it.
First off, time out. Who turns down pie?
I have witnessed people in my lifetime.
How do you turn down pie?
How do you turn down pumpkin pie?
Just pie in general. You know what? There's pies I'm not a fan of. Minced meat comes to mind.
See, now shepherd's pie, I'll eat the shit out of that.
But if someone was like, here's a piece of pie, I am going to generally eat it.
Even the Sweeney Todd pies?
Even the Sweeney Todd's pie.
Where it's like, here's your friend.
Yeah, whatever.
Taste it.
Chris tastes good.
Not the first time I've been in his mouth.
You ever say things and you just instantly wish you could take them back?
And then it's recorded.
Like fucking a bed. I mean, there's so many things.
Yeah, if you guys missed that, you need to go listen to episode 17 where Roger talks about fucking his bed.
Yeah.
And then he was grilled for it.
I was grilled. Oh, so the wife listened to that episode.
What did she say?
And here's how I found out she was listening. I was in the bathroom doing what men do in the bathroom, reading. And I hear laughter, which is something that generally doesn't come out of the bedroom.
Unless you're in there
Unless I'm in there with her. And I finished my chapter because I was reading. And I go check. And I hear you saying, "I just want to know, were you grabbing the headboard and spanking the shit out of the bed?" And she's dying laughing, and she pauses it and she looks at me, and she goes, "How could you tell people that?" Like she was confused.
And did you tell her there were only 3 people in the room?
That's what I said. First off, it was me, Chris, and Paul. I'm going to tell them anyway. Second off,
I didn't realize the microphone was there.
Yeah, I forgot the microphone was there. It's like if I ever told the story about the last time I peed myself. It's because the mic's not there. Episode 7.
Yeah, we things happen when we're doing this, and you'll say something, and you're like, that was not supposed to be spoken. And it's recorded.
And we end up fixating on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard.
Turtles porn.
Turtles porn, dude.
All I'm saying.
Okay. So on that note, we're going to call the quits on this one.
Fuck you, you've been fired.
You have been fired.
So look for Entertain the Geeky board games. They're coming out soon. We're going to have a whole little section dedicated to the website of them. We might actually talk about the development of the games, stuff like that. We've got a couple ideas we're kicking around right now.
Like us on Facebook. Our Facebook username is, or whatever URL is at Entertainment Geeky.
All right. Refresh. Let me handle it this time. Hey, why don't you like us on Facebook at entertainthegeeky.com? What? No. What? No. What?
No. It's Facebook. Our Facebook URL is Entertainment Geeky.
Why did we change it?
We didn't. That's what it started as.
Fuck you,
We've
Facebook.
made some mistakes.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Also, on Twitter, we are Entertain Geeky. At Entertain Geeky. Facebook, Entertainment Geeky. We love you guys. You can visit our website that is currently under construction.
So it's like actually broke.
It is.
It is so
you
broke
cannot
right
listen
now.
to the podcast on the site at this moment.
It's so broke.
Yeah. There's a link to our Facebook on there that is actually working properly. So basically, get on Facebook, Entertainment Geek. It's over. It's over, people. Stay geeky.